Welcome to Muscle Maintenance with In Shape Fitness. I am Kim Watkins, your trainer for Thursday, January 31st. God, I cannot believe it is the end of January already. Wow, the year is just moving along so quickly. This is a level 4 workout. If you've joined me all week long, you know that this has been a really fun series, and I'm actually really excited for today's workout. It is obviously a little more difficult than yesterday's. But the fundamentals that you learned on Monday and we practiced on Tuesday and yesterday are all applicable to the workout that we're going to do today. Once again, about 15 minutes will get you through the entire equipment-free session we're going to do now. And we're going to do the 2 warm-up moves to get you started. So stand up for me if you're not already standing. Make sure that your shoulders are back. Ears in line with your shoulders is a good rule of thumb. Your tailbone is tucked in. Your abs are engaged. And we're going to do some jumping jacks to start you off. Okay, let's start the 30 seconds now. Make sure you're jumping lightly, landing on the balls of your feet with a slight bend in the knee, and then reaching up over your head, making big wide circles, arms almost completely straight, touching up at the top. Breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth. Start getting that rhythm going in terms of your breathing pattern. It's really super important. It's a pretty aerobic workout today, so you're going to want to make sure that you are breathing the entire time. Do not allow yourself the opportunity to hold your breath, which is actually somewhat more natural than breathing sort of purposely is. So you really want to make sure you do that. Okay, now bring your feet together. We're going to do the I stick. Focus on some isometric contractions, and your feet are totally together, heels and toes touching. Squeeze all the muscles in your legs, your glutes. Kegel it. If you're a woman, do your Kegels right now. Squeeze your tummy muscles, reach up over your hand, clasp your hands together, pressing your palms together for 30 seconds, and time has just started. So breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth again, really focusing on your biceps staying right up there next to or behind your ears, arms as straight as possible, pressing the palms in towards each other, and really breathing, really squeezing all of your muscles in your legs, tree trunks for legs, squeezing your tummy muscles, keeping your back straight, keeping that tailbone tucked in. 5 more seconds. You can do it. All right, we're going to do 2 sets of our workout. As always, the first set will be instructional, so we'll take our time for this, the moves, the 6 moves in the first set, and then the second set will be a flow set where we move from each of the 6, 30 seconds each, without stopping or with little stopping to switch directions. Okay, first move up, squat kicks. We've been kicking all week, so now you're going to plant your feet shoulder width apart, toes and heels in line. Sit down and back into an imaginary chair, and then as you lift up, lift the right knee, kick out the right foot, and then put the foot back down on the floor in the same spot. You want to make sure that you reposition yourself in the right way so that you don't turn your toes out. And then on the second squat, you do the kick with your left leg. And it's right up the middle. The kick is right up the middle. All right, let's start the 30 seconds now. So these are squat kicks. Your hands can be, I don't know, for some reason with squat kicks, I always make fists and then sort of do that kickboxing, protective kickboxing position in terms of my arms, just to make me feel powerful, I think. Remember, as you're kicking out, flex the foot so that you get that power driving through the heel, activating the back of the leg. That's where you get all the power. 5 more seconds. The other thing about keeping your hands in this position is that it's applicable to the next move, because we're going to do punches again, and this time, now 30 seconds is over for the squat kicks, but now we're going to do squat punches. So you're still in that squat position, toes and heels in line, feet positioned about shoulder width apart. You're going to sit back down into the imaginary chair, come up, 1 punch with the right hand, 1 punch with the left hand, then squat down again. 30 seconds starting now. Go for it. Keep your abs engaged. Don't lean too far forward, collapsing at your waist. You really want to keep the back straight, and use your glutes as you come up. Squeeze those butt cheeks. Press your heels into the floor. Punch right down the center, as though, you know, someone that you really don't like in the world is standing right in front of you. You'd like to punch them. Or you can pretend it's a punching bag. Or me, if you like. 5 more seconds. Burpees are next. Very nice. It's a lot of squatting, isn't it? Very good. Next the next set will be kind of interesting because we're going to go 1 minute. Basically, you're going to be squatting. All right, burpees are next, and actually a burpee includes a squat too, so squats are a big part of this workout. Now you're going to squat all the way down, put your hands on the floor, jump your feet back, jump your feet forward, and then stand all the way up, reaching up to the ceiling. Okay, let's start the 30 seconds. You probably won't do more than 4, 5, 6 if you're super aerobic, but let's get going. 30 seconds is going now. Squat down, jump back to push-up position, jump those feet all the way back underneath your body, and stand all the way up by pressing the heels into the floor, squeezing your glutes, reaching up, activating the shoulders. Keep it going. You're more than halfway finished. Coming up on 10 seconds here. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, and you're done. Nice, nice. Okay, halfway through the first set, we're going to do a curtsy lunge today. Moving forward. Yesterday we did those reverse lunges, and today you're going to take a big step forward and to the left with your right leg, like you're going to do a curtsy. Bend both knees, then push off with that leg, and then do the curtsy with your left leg, which is going to move forward and to the right. And we'll start the 30 seconds now. Again, keep your hands on your hips. Really, really good for the back of the leg, good for the glutes. And of course, since you're moving in a diagonal direction, you're actually utilizing some of your abduction and adduction muscles that will help build strength in ways that you're probably not used to developing strength, which means that's why they're harder, but it also means that you're benefiting a great deal in your sort of overall functional life by doing this type of diagonal movement. And 3 more seconds. 2, and now you're down on the floor. Tabletop position for our next move, which means your hands are on the floor, your shoulders are directly over your hands, your feet are on the floor, about hip width apart, toes and heels in line, and you're going to lift your hips up off the floor into a tabletop. Now, this is one of my favorite moves. It's called a folding tabletop. So what's going to happen is your toes are on the floor right now, but what's going to happen is you're going to drop your butt and rotate it up underneath your torso so that your torso is upright. Your toes come up off the floor, obviously, and you're on your heels. And then push the butt back up into tabletop position, pressing into the floor with your toes. Okay, let's start the 30 seconds now. You're not going to do too many of these in 30 seconds, maybe 6 or 7. The Tibetan spiritual monks that practice the 5 Tibetans do this move 21 times. It's actually part of my morning routine. I do everything 21 times. And I don't even know the significance that the Tibetan monks give to 21, but it's kind of a fun thing for me to do because it's just more than 20. And so I do a couple sets of this sequence that I like doing, and I always include folding tabletops. And you're done. I stopped yammering on, and 30 seconds went fast, right? Okay, now lay down on the floor with your hands behind your head. Your legs are straight today for this crunch. If you cannot do a crunch with your legs straight, go ahead and bend your knees and bring yourself back into the bent knee crunch position that we did on Tuesday. But otherwise, keep your legs straight, press your lower back into the floor, crunch up, try to get your torso like up to about 45 degrees almost. Really lift the body up and roll back down. 30 seconds is going. Hitting the 9-minute mark here as we complete the first set. Take a quick break, and then we're going to blast through the second set with no stopping. The only sort of 5-second transition that you'll experience is when you go from standing to down to the floor, basically. And that only happens after the lunge, so be ready. You've got 5 more seconds with your crunch. Go ahead and finish up. 3, 2, and 1. Very good. Okay, stand on up. We're going to start the second set in 10 seconds. Take a deep breath. Have a sip of water. Squat kicks are first. Make sure your form is good. Start off slowly. And the 30 seconds is starting now. Squat down. Kick up and out. Remember, lift the knee. as high as you can and flex your foot so that you get some power. You're kicking right down the middle. You're about 15 seconds in now. Very good. You're squatting down in the right position. Make sure that your toes and heels are in line, rather, that your toes are not turning out. Make sure your knees don't go past the tips of your toes. 3 more seconds and finish up that last kick. Now squat punches. 30 seconds is going. Right on in that same position. Keep on moving with your squat, sitting down and back into your squat. Make sure you keep your torso as straight as possible. Keep your abs engaged. You're almost halfway through. Remember, each arm gets a punch as you come up. Punch, punch, squat down. Lift up, punch, punch, squat down. Start moving a little bit faster for the last 12 seconds. Burpees are coming up. Nice. 5, 4, 3, 2, and now you're squatting all the way down. Put your hands on the floor. Jump your feet back. Jump your feet forward. Stand all the way up and reach your hands up to the ceiling. Squat down. Jump back to push-up position. And then back up underneath your body. If you need to convert these back to walking burpees because you're just overly fatigued at this point, don't feel like you don't have that door open to walk backwards in terms of the difficulty level. These are hard, and you've already been working quite a bit. All right, now we're going to do those lunges. 30 seconds on the curtsy lunge. So get yourself back standing up straight, hands on your hips, and curtsy. 30 seconds. Almost finished. Almost finished. Coming up on 12 minutes here. Hang in there. Another 15 seconds with our lunges. The curtsy lunge. Remember, you take a big step forward and over to the left with your right leg. And then a big step forward and over to the right with your left leg. What a tongue twister. Okay. Finish those up. Finish the one that you're on, and then go ahead and sit down on the floor. Get your hands on the floor beside your butt, fingers facing forward. Make sure your feet are hip width apart and squared off so that your toes are not turning out. Once again, so big on the toes, keeping your feet straight, right? And you probably know why. Why do you keep your feet straight? I'd love to hear if you have some, if you'd like to explain that to everyone. And maybe I'll do a live session one of these days so that you can talk back to me. Okay, let's start the 30 seconds on the folding tabletop. Excuse me, by the way, just had a little bit of some sort of tickle in my throat. And you're rotating your butt down and up underneath your body. Toes come up off the floor. And then back to the tabletop. And make sure when you go back up into the tabletop, you really focus on pressing into the floor with your toes. All right, again, to emphasize the sort of connection that your feet make with the floor. The toes and heels in line business is an important component in terms of making sure that your body, that your legs are working in their entirety. When your toes turn out, your quads engage more so than the back of the leg. Likewise, when you press your toes into the floor in tabletop, you activate the glute and the hamstring up the back of your leg. So go ahead and finish. We're finishing up with these this last tabletop move that you're on, the last fold, if you will. And go ahead and lay down on the floor. Let's finish up with the straight leg crunch, hands behind your head, and go. 30 seconds. Last 30 seconds. You've done a great job. Tomorrow's workout will be a little bit harder than today's. I hope you join me for it. It's going to be the level 5 difficulty workout for the week, and it will be the 1st of February, and that is so exciting. One step closer to springtime, which is a big deal for me. I'm actually supposed to be training for the Paris Marathon right now, and I haven't been running very much, and it's in April, so I'm hoping for warmer weather very soon. Looking forward to Groundhog Day, that groundhog seeing his shadow, so that we get some springtime soon. In any case, have a wonderful rest of the day. I'm Kim Watkins from InShape Fitness. Please visit us at inshape-fitness.com or on Facebook or Twitter, and let me know how things are going. We'll see you tomorrow. Have a great day.